U.S. reaffirms support in border controversy. Region 4 RDC chairman to be charged for gun threats. Police quiet on racially charged attack against female rank. And why we need a real consumer affairs group. I am Enrico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-615. During last week's visit, U.S. Deputy Assistant Secretary for Caribbean Affairs and Haiti, Barbara A. Feinstein, reassured our government that the U.S. still supports us regarding the Venezuela border dispute. Jagdio also said that Feinstein reassured him that Guyana, and more specifically Essequibo, was not discussed with the Venezuelan government, nor will it ever be. But they will continue to support our position, and they will let us know if they have any future talks with Venezuela. RDC Chairman for Region 4, Daniel Searam, is expected to face the magistrate on Thursday after he and his father-in-law threatened each other with guns in front of Movietown earlier this month during a very heated exchange. But until his court date, Searam is out on bail. But now I just wonder when we're going to arrest Darmlaw for doing this same exact action every other year. With plans to soon legalize the growth of hemp in Guyana, the government is currently targeting farmers in Region 6 and 10. During a recent outreach, Jagdio said that he wants to focus on licensing farmers in the area and preparing them for the hemp industry. However, there is no word yet as to the president's progress with the weed farmers of the nation. But we will let you know if, anything comes of that. Clifton Hicken is now acting police commissioner. He replaces Nigel Hoppy, who proceeded on pre-retirement leave on Saturday. Hicken says there have been no additional changes to the senior command structure. In the absence of an opposition leader, there was no consultation regarding the move. Because of the absence of a police service commission, there was no other person to consult with either. However, it should be noted that even though Hicken is currently in that position, he will not be officially in that position until the end of the month. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is this 2014 Audi Q3. It comes with Bluetooth, mug rims, new tires, TV, CD, fog lamps, electronic parking brake, back camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $5.6 million. All paid down as low as $1,120,000 down with around $108,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit their showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street. And on the Rico sent you for this sweet deal. On Saturday, Kanu busted 52-year-old Messiah Durant, 52-year-old Sean Lindy Sr., and his son 29-year-old Sean Lindy Jr., with over 717 kilos of marijuana worth 79 million Ghana dollars. The weed, and apparently the family business, was found in a house at the Belt Upper Berbice River. The police said they believed that nearly 1,600 pounds of ganja was being prepared to be shipped elsewhere and was merely found at a transshipment point. Which, this is Guyana, so of course it's a transshipment point. Anyway, the National Executive Committee for the AFC met this Sunday to discuss the holding of their next national conference, which was deferred last year due to the Rona, obviously. They are agreed to meet Saturday, June 11th, 2022. They will vote for the new party leader, the chairman, the deputy chairman, the general secretary, and treasurer, among other members to the committee. The cops are completely silent. More than a week after attorney Nirvan Singh was accused of having physically and racially assaulted an Afro-Guyanese female police officer assigned to guard his home. Through her lawyer, the officer accused Singh, who is also the son of former Chancellor Carl Singh, of having spit on her and pushed her multiple times while calling her a set of racist insults which I will not repeat here. Despite multiple direct inquiries on the matter from multiple media houses, the police have yet to acknowledge the matter. But that shouldn't be too surprising, though. Since Stan Gavaya and Mark Ramatar took over, they have shown themselves completely incompetent for the job of police communications, and they make their seething hatred for the media obvious with every word that they use. Fortunately for them, the feeling is mutual. Who said luxury can't be affordable? Move into your own home in 2022. Lenore Estates, West Coast MRR properties are within your reach. Move out of the landlord's place and put that rent money towards your own 5,000 square foot property. Call or WhatsApp 592-618-5702 for more info. So here's the thing I didn't even know was a thing. Cattle rustling is actually a serious issue in Berbice, with an average of 3 to 4 reports of cattle thefts a week in Region 5. Well, it's for this exact reason the government is currently forming an anti-rustling group. This group will be formed with the hope of addressing the situation. However, due to lack of vehicles that can traverse the backlands of the region, the group will mainly police the movement of in-transit cattle on the main roads of the region. Now for today's oil update. An expanded inquiry by U.S. lawmakers recently revealed that not only were Exxon, Shell, BP, and Chevron aware of the devastating effects of climate change, but they actively spent millions into persuading the public that climate change is a hoax. According to the House report, one expert testified that in 1982, Exxon's own scientists forecasted the devastating effects of greenhouse gases on the environment. But instead of doing anything about it that could actually help, they just lied. Straight up lied to the public. Worse yet, instead of using their massive wealth, their infrastructure, and global reach to lead the world in harnessing cleaner fuels and actually being able to take over that industry in the process, they instead spent even more money to greenwash their reputations, making them seem like they aren't as environmentally unfriendly. They also blocked actual progress towards renewable energy and then made up the scam called carbon footprints to shift the responsibility from the oil corporations onto the consumer. So just keep in mind, these are the type of people we're doing business with. Now for our stupid news of the day. You know what I think is stupid? Just how little big business seems to care about the average person. Recently, Minister Ben lamented the fact that insurance companies are oddly quiet despite the carnage on the nation's roads. He said it was in their best interest to ensure that drivers are safe and competent behind the wheel, and that they should actually be doing more to improve the situation on the roads. But Mr. Ben assumes that these companies actually even care about us. They don't. I mean, they make it obvious from their behavior. In fact, I think they secretly like the high accident rate. That way they can justify high premiums and offer little compensation. But at least they aren't as bad as Seoul Gas, who only reduced their fuel prices after multiple media outlets and people on Facebook bashed their money-hungry ways. Anyway, I expect companies not to care, to be honest. I mean, they're companies. All they care about is money. But what I think is stupid is the fact that no one does anything about it. I mean, and we're supposed to have a government organization that's supposed to do something about this, but clearly they don't. So, this is why I say, there's a group and a union for everyone in almost every type of worker in this country. So, to respond to this lack of care from the producers, I think we should all come together and create a consumers' rights group. This is a group with councils in each region tasked with making representation for the rights of the consumers in the economy. And when companies run afoul, this group could warn them and then tell the public about their terrible ways. And if they keep it up, we will all call for a national boycott. Sure, I do realize the effects of which would be debatable, but it will be a step in the right direction to ensuring that the common person's budget is respected and their rights are respected by these big businesses. Because without consumers, there is no economy. And right now, people are forgetting the power that they currently have. And if you ask me, that is pretty stupid. You can multiply your cash by selling digital top-up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current side hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now for our Uncut News Views Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Friday's question was, well, what questions do you all have for me? Well, Pastor Rob says he likes our non-biased and sometimes cutting-edge news reporting and analysis. Thank you. However, it seems that in Guyana, such open and frank reporting is only possible by means of an avatar. Is that why you report incognito? Do you think that the press is highly censored and deny the freedom they need the government to express their views openly? Fortunately, I don't think things have devolved to that level in this nation yet. However, we chose this avatar because, come on, we're the only ones doing it, and I thought it was an awesome idea. No, but seriously, the animations bring you in, and the news keeps you watching. So, thanks again. Dopamine says, do you think an employer should give their ex-employees a letter of previous employment regardless if said employee left or was fired? Well, of course! And frankly, this situation you described is absolutely ridiculous, and honestly it contributes to why you have so many unemployed young people in this nation. Peter Melville says, do you feel the government will ever listen to your comments? Well, of course not. I am but only one man. But that's why I come here every evening to tell you all to come together with one united voice to stand up to them. Because they won't listen to one voice, but they will surely listen to thousands. And finally, Melissa Mitchell asked, why do Guyanese have 10 numbers? And was explaining how it's ridiculous for benefits to only be given per household and not on a per taxpayer basis. Which actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, come on, how are you going to give me only one benefit per household, but you want the taxes from each and every taxpayer in said household? Make it make sense. Well, you know what? I like that. So, let's do it one more time. For tonight's question, I want to know, again, what questions do you all have for me, Norika? I want you to think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying good night, folks.